But welcome back. Today we are watching some President Chay, bro. I turned a 500 pool to my dream pool, though. Hey, you know what that means, though. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and join my Twitch. Follow my Twitch. Let's get straight into it, though.
In this video, me and my brother are turning this old above-ground pool
Ugly pool
into a luxury dream pool.
That joint has a whole kitchen, bro, in it,
Start to
bro.
finish. This took nearly 4 months. I hope you guys enjoy. This video all started when we found this gigantic old pool on Facebook for $500.
Y'all, this did not do none to it, and yeah. What the heck is this, bro? Look at that staff.
The catch? We had to take it apart ourselves.
Oh,
dude,
damn. That looked like doo-doo, bro. That looked like doo-doo.
But it had no leaks, and the pump worked.
That's a pool. I'm not moving that again without a forklift.
But that was the easy part. The hard part is going to be setting the pool on this hill in my backyard. All right.
Damn, they have to get some dirt or something. Damn, they need to level that, John. I'm pretty knowing on this, bro. I'm pretty knowing, bro.
We're gonna turn this ugly hill into something awesome.
Okay, I was knowing he owned all this stuff.
Our goal with this hill is to build a shelf to set the pool on. You can see there's already kind of a flat spot, but in the front and in the back corners it dips off. So we're going to have to get more dirt from the bottom of the hill to fill in those areas. And while Colby was doing that, I was on the excavator getting dirt from the front of the hill too. And you can see once we got enough dirt, we could start making the flat spot that the pool is going to sit on.
I don't see no flat spot, but
You can see that the deeper we go, the bigger the flat spot will get. So that's exactly what we did. And we cut into the front of the hill more. This ended up giving us a pretty huge flat spot.
okay, you know what? Now that this John got like kind of bro.
And just to remind you, this is what the hill looked like this morning.
Damn. They did mad progress in one day.
Done.
You might think this pad's ready for a pool, but not quite. You see all that loose dirt on the hill right there? Well, all of that's gonna wash away eventually with rain, so there has to be something on top of it to stabilize it and slow the water down.
Rocks. Also rocks.
Because both of the hills were so big, those 2 dump truck loads weren't actually gonna cover all of it. So to save money, I covered the first half of the big hill with logs and old tree stumps. That way I only needed to cover half of it in rock, which cost $150 per load. This hillside took quite a while to do, and that entire 20,000 pound
We're saving money, okay?
truckload didn't even cover the whole thing, but it was enough to get us by. Then it was off to the next hill.
I could do that in my sleep, what? Walk in, Jit.
By the time we were done with the rock, from far away, the pad looked pretty good. But if you look up close, there's tons of holes and uneven spots that we really couldn't set the pool on top of. So our solution was to build a perfectly level rectangle with wood that we would fill with dirt and gravel.
Take his gravel.
It was also 100 degrees outside, so we had to keep ourselves soaked with water.
Alright. Okay.
Including the cameras.
Alright, your turn.
I'd have been drenched in sweat, bro. Like, I sweat mad fast, bro. I'd have been drenched in sweat.
Down. Zip.
Alright. Now the top of that board is exactly the same height as the top of that board. After we filled in all the low spots and then scraped up all the high spots.
Yeah, that's good.
We were ready to fill the entire thing with gravel.
Oh. That makes sense.
We did this where we could take a flat board and scrape the top of it, making it perfectly flat down to the 1/4 inch. We really took our time here and did it twice. In this clip you can really see how we wiggle and slide the board to make it perfectly smooth. Now, we have to go around and tamp the entire thing, compact it really good, and then do the whole thing over again. Then we'll be done.
Damn.
Yes, we literally tamped every single square inch of this entire pad, and then we put gravel down again. Soon, there'll be 100,000 pounds of water above me. Because we don't want any holes in the liner, it's got to sit on something soft and smooth, so we went out to the store and bought a bunch of foam for it to sit on. Also, I
What's a phone for? What the heck?
find it hilarious how hard I'm trying to catch these sheets. With all of them down there, we laid out a rectangle big enough for our liner to sit on. Then we used duct tape on the seams to make it all one piece where we could move it in the perfect spot. Also, it's like the 3rd day in a row where it's 100 degrees. You can see my skin is shiny. Anyway, after cooling myself and the camera off because they kept on overheating, we moved the giant
That's how you underheat the camera? What? Cool it off?
pad of foam in the perfect spot where we could get out our beautiful pool to put down. Okay, it's definitely not beautiful. Not yet.
Alright, John, it's
The funny
dirty.
thing is, you guys probably have no idea, it's already been about 2 months since we bought this pool, and it's just been sitting outside in the sun since. So when we opened it up, it smelled horrible.
Ugh.
Put together a pool.
A nasty pool.
Now I'm gonna play some cool, hip music where you guys can watch us put together this pool that's barely ever been used. Absolutely mint condition. And I'm totally not having regrets about buying this pool on Facebook used or anything. I'm in the pool and it is very, very dirty.
Don't they have to like do something else to it before they do that? Like, am I tripping? Like, wouldn't they just have to clean it and like get the water out of it? Like, I don't know.
Luckily we have a pressure washer. But, you know, normally these pools are $2,000, so it was nice to get $1,500 off and totally worth cleaning it with the pressure washer. It was actually extremely satisfying seeing this thing get cleaned. We just had a water pump at the very end of the pool, and we kept on sweeping all the dirty water towards that, and eventually it pumped most of it out. And check out how nice this wall cleaned up. Slowly but surely, it's looking less and less like a pond, guys. And by the next morning, we pretty much got all the dirt out.
Oh, no, I look kind of better
Look how
now.
the pool looks now. You might think that this is awesome and we're finally not hot, but that's where you'd be wrong. This water is like hot bath water. It's gross and hot. After that, we threw the hose in there and just let it fill up overnight. This pool holds like 15,000 gallons, so it
Still
takes
kinda
about
dirty,
30
though.
hours to fill up with a garden hose.
Time to install the filter. This thing's so heavy, by the way, because it's just full of sand.
You look ridiculous, dude.
Penguin walk.
Dude. It's a working pool. Here you go, dude. Woo! Woo! And up until this point, everything was going great. Well, until the pool got all the way filled up. Here's another angle in case you missed it. The back wall gave out, and the next morning when we woke up,
Oh, I knew it was curving a
we
little
went
bit.
outside to find all the legs crushed.
Oh.
I honestly have no idea how this wall didn't completely give way. But you can plainly see that every single leg was completely folded over the base. And at first, we were pretty confused as to why this happened, but when we looked a little closer, we found some clues. After quickly draining the pool, we looked really closely at the leg in the middle that gave out first.
Still corroded from the salt water. Yep, underneath the paint, it's corroded.
And you can see that there's rust, a lot of it, which makes sense because this pool's several years old and it used to be a saltwater pool. Our next clue as to what happened was every single leg caved in except for the one on the very end that had 4 2x4s on the bottom of it. All the rest had 3. Luckily, these pools are extremely popular, so we found another one on Facebook that wasn't a saltwater pool where we could use its legs to replace our broken ones. Look how nice and shiny these are.
Why don't they just buy that pool instead? Like,
After we replaced all the broken legs,
they just want to make it harder.
we went around the entire pool and added one more block to each leg. Definitely adding some support.
Absolutely.
All right, let's fill this up again. With the pool finally up, our total cost for everything was around $1,600. That includes the new legs we just bought. But as you can see, it's nowhere near what anyone would call a luxury pool. Now we need a deck, which is also the most expensive part of the entire build.
You're gonna pay for wood one of 2 ways. Money or elbow grease.
For the deck,
Chop it.
there's 2 types of boards we need. Framing lumber, which is the skeleton of the deck and holds everything up, and then decking boards, which go on top. For the frame, we need 140 16-foot 2x6s. At Lowe's, that roughly equates to $2,500. But after looking up
Damn.
Facebook and driving an hour and a half, we got those same boards used for $9.50 a piece, meaning we only paid $1,300. So the general plan for this deck is pretty awesome. It'll end up being almost 60 feet long. If you look closely, you'll notice that those posts are not 4x4s. They're actually landscaping timbers, and to do the entire deck, we needed 30 of them, which we paid $150 for. But if they were typical 4x4s, we would have paid $360 for them.
Oh, this will look kind of good though.
Look at that. Now just 3 more sides to go.
Usually we're building a house on top of this stuff.
Yeah, that's true. This side of the pool was done exactly the same way as the first. The only difference was it was half the length at 8 feet. And with both ends of the pool done, we're going to be able to connect them with really long skinny decks on the sides. You have a plan yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see? See? He's got plans.
I got the plan too.
Each one's better than the last.
To make the side perfectly straight, we went ahead and pulled a line against the pool. You can see the pool is a little bit
How they getting down there, bro? They're gonna put like a little, you feel me?
curved in,
To get to that
but we're
pump.
gonna hide that later in the video. Then we drilled holes into the ground on either side of the pool where we could set our posts, and then pull a line in between those. Then we just drilled the holes for the rest of the posts and made a big old beam going across the whole pool. Once we got our sides up, we pulled a line in between those and then drilled holes through the rock where we could set posts on the hill, which was pretty difficult. Once those posts were in, we capped them all off with 2x6s going the entire way down the deck. Just 2 hot bros building deck.
Real hot.
Then Colby and I grabbed our giant pile of 16-foot boards and cut them in half to make enough joists to go along this whole side of the deck.
Ooh, okay.
I am blown away by how cool that pool's starting to look. I didn't think above ground pools could look this good, but it's gonna be insane. It's actually gonna be a luxury pool.
Yo, that water look kind of more cleaner now, bro. Am I tripping?
All right, so we have one side left on the deck, and I don't know how fried your attention spans are, but I'm going to show you because this was really sketchy and I think it's pretty interesting to say the least. At first, everything was the exact same as the other side. We just drilled a bunch of holes and made a beam that went across the whole pool for the joist to rest on. But it all changed when we had to do the other side. You can see this last little bit of overhang on this side. It goes pretty far down. Luckily, we have the excavator where I could stand on the bucket. This side was so high off the ground, we had to buy 16-foot 4x4s, which did cost a lot. The reason they had to be so long was because of all the fill dirt. When we made our flat spot on the hill, some of the lower areas were built up about 3 feet, and you can't set a post in loose fill dirt because it'll just sink. So we dug down to the real dirt and then drilled a hole. But that's not all we did either. After I set the post in the hole, I pressed it in with the excavator. Every single post we installed either got pounded in with a sledgehammer or pressed with the excavator. And this one got both. The dirt in this hole was so soft, we pushed it down 2 feet. Then I whacked it really good with the sledgehammer. But after all the posts were in and concreted and
wouldn't just like the whole machine thingy just be better than the sledgehammer? I'm gonna be honest, like, am I tripping?
in place, we could start putting up our joists. Well, this deck looks absolutely unbelievable.
Now the pool's dirty again, bro.
Better than I ever thought it would, but it's a little shaky. So we went under the deck and added tons and tons of bracing everywhere.
That's good.
This board's going everywhere. Angles everywhere.
And by the time we were done, this deck didn't move an inch.
No shaking, dude. No shaking.
By the way, throughout this video, off camera, we have been battling the leaves around here, trying to keep the pool clean, and it's not even fall. So luckily, Aper sponsored this video and sent me their Surfer S2. This is a robot that skims the surface of the pool.
Whoa, little props? Props. That's so cool.
Isn't that cool? Because no matter how hard we tried, every single night there would be more leaves and bugs that got into the pool. The Surfer S2 literally swims around and collects all of this stuff with a 150 micron filter. So it even picks up salt.
The view ad, I guess.
Oh, it got a leak. It got a leak.
It just got its first one.
Meanwhile, it was finally time to cover the deck. We ended up buying 180 16-foot decking boards. This was a little less than $2,500. Guys, it's been 30 minutes. Look at that pool. That robot's killing it. Not only does the Surfer S2 get everything from leaves, bugs, and even sawdust off the surface, it has a 35-hour battery life. And if that wasn't cool enough, it also has a solar panel on the top, so it's pretty much always charging when it's cleaning. Does it sense the wall?
It might.
And to answer my own question, yes, it does. It has 2 sensors on the front, so it can avoid obstacles and clean way more effectively. The deck we're putting down is looking awesome, but also look at the pool in the background, how clean it's getting.
Nah, that is clean though. That
You
joint
guys
is
like
clean.
how we joined these boards right here? Doesn't it look nice?
How about that little? Oh, never mind. I'm tripping.
Yeah, that looks good.
Aper also has an app you can use with your robot. Now, it works just
Come
fine
on, bro.
without
We
the
get it,
app,
bro.
But I had absolutely no issues pairing with it. And if I want to, I can even do this and turn it myself to make it pick up something I want it to. Within 24 hours, I can't believe how much stuff this robot picked up.
Oh my gosh. Look at all that. That's all the stuff that would have been in this pool.
That basket, by the way, also has a chlorine dispenser inside it. And this robot won't get stuck on any shallow stairs or walls because it has these pillars that come down to protect it. Make sure you click the link in my description to check Aper out. If you use my code, they're offering 5% off both their official website and the Amazon store. If you have a pool and
I
you get
think
one
we
of these
get it, bro.
robots, you're going to love it. With the deck finally covered in decking boards, I couldn't believe how awesome it looked. Just look at these pictures. It looks like
Still
an
not
underground
done.
pool, and the deck is just massive. Keep in mind, this is what we started with. But even though it looks amazing, it's still not quite a luxury pool.
I knew
This
it,
is all
bro.
bare bones.
Pre-fired like crazy.
Now it's time for the fancy stuff.
6,000.
Yep, I got this
What
awesome
happened to the little hole right there, bro? Are we not doing nothing for that?
music playing again, which means we're about to get some crazy stuff done. This structure we're building now is called a pergola. We think, we're not really sure what
He said we think is crazy.
exactly it's called, but it's going to house our living room and kitchen. Last pole for the pergola. Pergolo.
Yo, look at that fan though. Look at the whole air. Like that John look like it's like steamy, bro.
After we got the beams up,
That's probably how
we
hot it
start
is.
building the roof, and because it's all pool themed and nice looking, we made every rafter look like this.
Well, now I've got to build the handrail. So to do that, I'm going to cut holes in the deck, slide some 4x4s down, and lag bolt them to the side. All I got to do is that, like 30 more times.
The
Damn.
railing going up was a big deal because we were constantly worried about falling off. Also, if you notice the big tall poles in the middle, those are for the lights later on.
Oh, I thought he was gonna like close it in.
Once all the poles are mounted,
Bro,
we
why do
then
I
put
do
the
this every
railing.
time?
All right, go ahead, dude. Let's see if it works. Nice work, dude. Nice work.
Why does he sound like that?
All right, here's the crazy thing, guys. This pool is getting a kitchen. Right over there. It's gonna be insane.
No.
Oh, and more than a kitchen, we desperately needed a real entrance. So Colby was going to work on that. While Colby's working on the stairs, my job is to install all the electric stuff without causing a fire. After I built the wall for the bar, I was able to install all the boxes for the plugs.
That's not hard. That's not hard.
Meanwhile, Colby was getting a plan together for a 12-foot staircase. Fun fact, while Colby was building the staircase, we were both really concerned about this pole being right in the middle of it, and we sat around for 10 minutes figuring out what to do, and then we realized we could just move it.
Bro, there's no way. They just, okay.
Back at the pergola, I was running all the electric wire to power the outlets and the switches.
I thought those were plates. I'm not even trolling.
And with the stairs and electric finally done, we could put our side.
Are those on the opposite way? Like, am I tripping?
I just hope this sheet fits. If not, I'm quitting. I'm done. Well, what do you know? It actually fit perfectly. I'm just kidding. It didn't fit at all, and I cut that part out because I was totally bluffing. I can't quit at this point.
Is that fake? No, that is wood.
With the siding sheets around the backside of the pergola, now it was time to use the fence pickets to cover up the rest.
Be honest, bro.
We used fence pickets because they look really cool and they're cheap. I thought it would be really neat to have two different types of siding on this wall.
That was kind of comp though.
Then to prepare the pergola for the roof,
Nice.
We added the next layer of boards, which was a pretty sketchy job.
Damn, that's like 2 hoops in basketball.
Then we tied it all down with brackets, and to make matters worse, it was raining. After we tied it up with a bunch of those, then we were ready for the roof.
Okay, you got it. It's all you.
This is especially scary because if one of us slipped and dropped the sheet into the pool, it would cut right through the liner and this whole project would be over.
That hurt. Yeah, we know that hurt.
While I was doing this, I was pretty stressed, but now that I'm watching it, it's actually kind of relaxing.
Low-key, that is kind of
Guys,
calm.
I'm soaking wet and freezing, but we did it. Now that this roof is on, we can finish everything underneath it. And unfortunately for Colby, that means making more cabinets.
I have built thousands of cabinets, and there is no end in sight. In the next video, I'm going to be building cabinets in there too. More cabinets.
Damn.
The thing you gotta know about Colby is he doesn't like building cabinets, but man, he's good at it. And he can do it fast. By the time me and my dad got done painting the railing, Colby was already done. With all of them. You're a cabinet freak, man. While we were installing
On
the cabinets,
Amazon.
my dad painted the front of the pergola, as well as the front of the bar. And man, it looked so much better. And earlier I was too busy talking about Colby. Look how good the railing looks.
Yeah, this railing looks insane.
Indeed it does.
The next day, Colby and I finished it off by running cable through it.
No, that does look kind of scary though.
Yeah, we've done a lot of painting, and I'm covered.
Once all the black was painted, everything really started to come together. It reminded me of those tiki bars you see on vacation. There was just one big thing we had to get done.
Paint the bottom? Oh, I thought they were gonna paint the bottom like.
We had to stain the entire deck.
Oh, I was right.
Looks like tomato soup.
Kind of does.
Not only does this stain look amazing, but supposedly it's going to protect the deck for up to 6 years from the sun and water.
Ooh. How about that? What are they gonna paint that? Or just gonna leave it like that?
The next and the
Damn,
last
almost
thing
like 10 bands for
to
that.
paint was that back wall over there.
Yeah.
We didn't want it black because that would be too much black. And
White.
we definitely didn't want it white. So we took a risk on this gray-green and it worked out really well. Then it was time to turn our focus towards the cabinets and countertops. Outdoor countertops are great because you have a lot of options. Granite, concrete, tile, it all works. But granite would be $3,000 and concrete would be cheap and easy to make, but it's super heavy. In fact, if we did our countertops in concrete, they would weigh over 3,000 pounds, which is like parking a small car on the sketchiest part of the deck. So we were able to make wooden frames with plywood that we then coated in cement board.
Okay. Let me continue. Hold on. I don't see the vision.
Where we could then coat that in tile.
Cheap. Fast and easy. Okay, I catch you now.
These countertops actually ended up being really cheap. We already factored in the price of wood because we got it with the cabinet stuff. And with the tile only being $200, we're looking at just over $300 for all of this. And it could be because I'm biased now, but I think these look way better than concrete and granite. Right below the countertops, however, our cabinets needed some love. I know I said we were done painting, but we had to paint these black to match the pergola. And now they were in desperate need of doors. Again though, I love outdoor kitchens because you can get away with a lot that you can't in a house.
Right now, these are just sheets of plywood, but in a couple minutes, they're gonna be cabinet doors.
Instead of doing anything fancy for our doors, we literally just cut treated plywood, put hinges on it, and
Spray paint it.
This is how we made those cabinets super cheap. And every single drawer is just fake to further save on cost. And you know what? It actually turned out really, really nice.
They should have at least made one real one though. I'm gonna be honest, like low key. Actually, they have mad cabinets though. So
Painted leftover plywood.
All right, now it's finally time to install this massive sink I bought on Facebook for only $130. All right, and that's pretty crazy.
We
What is
also
that?
finally put our refrigerator in. We bought this on Facebook for $250. Then I got this awesome outdoor couch for $400 brand new.
It's a couch.
Yeah, I was pretty excited. Then because, you know, we had to, we installed a TV that we picked up for $100 on Facebook. The last thing we had to do,
Facebook Market.
put up the lights, which I've been waiting for the entire time.
Bro, this whole edit thingy, bro, look tough.
I gotta say, I had no idea that an above ground pool could be this beautiful.
Nah, this is tough. Like low key, it makes me want to make one, bro. This is tough, bro. I didn't think it
With
was.
all done, there was only one thing left to do.
What is it? Oh. Is that Unc?
Well, guys, we turned an ugly dirt hill that otherwise would have been nothing into a beautiful luxury pool. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you consider subscribing. But either way, we'll see